Hi everyone, my name is Catherine and I'm on the Sense of Place team. Today I'm just going to be giving you a quick overview of the stamp sheet for Sense of Place, kind of telling you about all the requirements and all the good things that go into it. For SOP, you are required to present once, attend 2 presentations, and attend the Civic Expo and the Research Symposium. So we'll kind of go over that today and go over both sides of the stamp sheet and give some examples. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is what the front side of your stamp sheet will look like. You're going to start first and foremost by writing your name and the class and section that you're in. So here's a quick example. Make sure you include that section. We have 4 Univ 101 sections. Yeah. So make sure that it's your right section. If you don't know, you can always check Canvas. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Group name. One question you asked, one thing you learned, and feedback. Let's get into it. For the group name, you will either put the presentation topic or the group members' names of the people presenting. So this is when you're watching a presentation. The example here given here is dining hall. So just take a quick look at that. And then you're going to move on to filling out the box. It asks, what is one question you asked? What is one thing you learned? And then what's a piece of feedback you have for the presenters? So we're going to go through a couple examples right now. Here's an example of a question you might have asked. Here's an example of one thing you might have learned. And then here's a piece of feedback you might offer the presenters. And once you've done that, and you've filled out the whole box, you'll get a stamp. So you'll go to a moderator and you'll have them stamp your stamp sheet. You do have to do this twice, so for each presentation that you watch, and you won't receive a stamp unless this whole box is filled out. So just make sure you're staying on top of it, you're getting the boxes filled out, and then you'll get a stamp. You'll also get a stamp for presenting at Sense of Place. And then there's a reflection portion. So you can see there's an example right here. There's some questions that we ask of you for some self and group reflection. This is really just for your professors to prepare to give you credit and to see what your thoughts were on how you presented, what you liked about your presentation, how you think you could have improved, and all sorts of good things like that. So make sure you fill this out before the end of SOP. It doesn't need to be filled out as soon as you present or watch presentations. It just has to be filled out by the time you turn in your stamp sheet. Okay, and then this is what your stamp sheet should look like. So this is the front side. Here's an example of a completed one. So it should look something like this. I know it looks a little busy, but just try to really make sure to get this filled out wholeheartedly and completely. And yeah, it should look a little something like that. So once you've gotten 3 stamps on the front side, you'll move to the back side. The backside is for Civic Expo and the Research Symposium. So you'll go ahead and visit 4 clubs and organizations, and you'll write down 3 things that you learned from each one of them in order to get a stamp. So here's an example. And then once you've done that, you'll receive a stamp. You have to do this 4 times, and then you'll go ahead and you'll move on to either the Research Symposium or with the rest of your day. Make sure that you attend both the Civic Expo and the Research Symposium, though. These are very important. And you can't turn in your stamp sheet, which is the only way you receive credit, if you have not attended both portions. Okay, so once you've either attended the Civic Expo or you have finished presenting, you will need to attend the Research Symposium, where you will get a stamp for talking to at least 1 table. The Research Symposium, we we talk about in another video, so keep a lookout for that if you have any more questions. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, please stop by our office in the library, room 208. You can always email me. That's my email right there. I'm the team lead for Sense of Place. You can always email me or check out our website. It has a lot of detailed information and some really great resources. So that's also a really great tool that you can use. But other than that, thank you so much for listening. I really hope that this was helpful and kind of maybe calm some nerves. We really want you to succeed at this event, and we're really, really excited for you to present and to hear all of your voices and all of the change that you want to make at Chico State. So thank you so much, and have a great day.